Let's be honest. When was the last time a stranger genuinely smiled and said, thank you, when you did them a small favor? Think about it. Because I feel we've entered into an era where please and excuse me are like ancient languages. Today, we're going to talk about the lost art of manners and whether or not society is just too busy or too self absorbed to be polite anymore. So, welcome back to Perspectives of Jerry. So, in light of things, I think we've happened to notice that people are overly rude. I don't know what it is in this era. Now, online rudeness, totally different thing. It's that level of anonymity. Okay, yes, I said it right. That basically gives people like a suit of armor. I mean, it's really easy to be rude and caps lock someone to death when when you know you're not going to get punched in the face for it. But that's a different type of rudeness. That's almost insulting. That's bullying. That's a whole different can of worms, and I don't even know if I want to touch that one, even in a later video. What I'm talking about is face to face impoliteness, bordering on rudeness. Yeah, it's not just rude people. It's a silence where politeness used to be. You know, go to a cashier, a waiter, or a driver. How often does that exchange start and end with the word please or a genuine feeling behind thank you? We're treating humans beings like they're vending machines, and I try to say please and thank you as much as I can. I mean, when I consult a couple things, a couple of computer tools to help me with some of my video alignment and make sure I'm just not babbling into a camera. I'm even saying please and thank you to that, and it's like it's an AI. I don't have to be polite, but I am because this is the way I was brought up. You know, I was brought up to say please and thank you, and I like to hold doors open for people. I mean, there's a lot of people behind me. If I get to the door first, yeah, I'll let the next couple behind. If they're, I like to call it the 3 step rule, 3 or 4 steps, give or take. So if they're like 3 or 4, within 3 or 4 steps behind me, and I get to the door first, I will open that door and I will let them walk through. Now, I've been lucky enough that in most cases I do get a thank you or a thanks or at least a nod. But I think oftentimes people aren't seeing that. Um, Heck, when I worked in customer service, I would say, hi, welcome to box store number 2. And the people that would walk in would look at me. They acknowledged that I'm there. I mean, they looked right at me and not say a word. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go to hell then. And that's just the rudest of people. It's like just because I'm wearing a uniform shirt, see my other video about disappearing uniforms, and a name tag doesn't mean I'm beneath you. I mean, come on, you're here for pencil top erasers. This is not exactly, you're not exactly ordering a G6. So it's just impoliteness, or when you hear here's another one. Here's another good one. Think about when you're at the grocery store, okay? Or any retail store, but the grocery store. And you see this person in front of you has just a crap load of groceries. And that poor cashier, and I want to get to cashiers not being friendly in a different video, but that poor cashier is just, zapping items as much as they can. But I could hear people behind me, and they're and just they're doing that gasp and exhale, and just I'm like, okay, dude, do that. You came here shopping. It's Friday. It's payday. It's right after work. What did you expect? Now, I would expect a big box store like Walmart to have more than 4 cashiers on, and they're automated because not everybody likes using the self do. And honestly, I also find it rude when somebody has a fully loaded cart and goes through the self checkout. I'm like, this was supposed to replace the express lane. Now they don't make the rule that it's 10 items or less, but if you have a cart full, go see a cashier, please. For the rest of us who only have like 5 things. So I think it's that type of transactional silence or that microaggression noises you hear from people. Maybe they're tapping their finger angrily, maybe they're tapping their foot, or they're, like I said, they're just exasperated. Now, me, if I see this happening, I'll be like, I'm not happy that there's not enough cashiers to handle the flow, but what I will do is I usually will pull out my phone, check my email, check my Facebook, whatever. At least I'm biding my time because I don't have much of a choice, so I might as well just deal with it. I can either laugh at the situation or be angry at it, and I'd rather laugh, to be quite honest. So, and the other thing is, manners are also about the physical awareness of people. The art of letting someone exit before you enter a busy elevator. We just talked about this. Simply not walking three abreast down a narrow hallway. I mean, I know you want to have a conversation with each other, but you don't have to take up the entire hall doing it. What it's doing is it's showing that the world does not revolve around you and your immediate destination. Other people have other places to go. You are not the center of life. So, you know, don't take up all that much space. I mean, yeah, you want to have a presence when you enter a room, but it shouldn't suffocate other people, especially if they're trying to, get in the door. I walk into a room with that has like a double wide door. I might go about 10 steps in, stop for a few seconds. I want to take a second to scan the room, and then I keep walking. Then I keep walking because there's other people behind me, but I don't want to cause a traffic jam. That's why I'm like, scan for 10 seconds. Okay, I know where I'm going. Cool. Here, you'll love this one, this bit of rudeness. This was several years ago. I was exiting Walmart. Amazing how a lot of my stories revolve around Walmart. But there was this group of people. It had to be 10 people. I think some were on their way in, some were on their way out, but they knew each other. And right there at the entrance, right in front, like in front of the automatic doors, that's where they stop to have their conversation, and a big conversation. And there are people who want to come in, and there are a lot of people who want to go out, and they have carts. I mean, come on, guys, this is not the place for a conversation. Either move to the side, move farther in, or go back outside where it might be warm. I don't know I can't remember what day of year it is, but it was rude. It was stupid. No place to have a conversation, not at the entrance of a store. That's just terrible. So, do we think as a society, and you can answer this question here in the comments if you like, but do we have is technology the problem? Have we become more digitally connected but now more socially isolated and unaware? The headphone generation, where this, and on the don't get me started on the speakerphone offender. I think that one's pretty much gone. I haven't seen that in a while, but I know a lot of people are like kind of in their own private bubble. They got their headphones on, and that's great as long as you're paying attention. But sometimes someone needs to get your attention, or hey, look out for that car. That type of stuff. I think too many people. Now, when we talk about like the speakerphone thing, oh, stars. Having a full-on conversation over speaker in public, audio's turned up, conversations, everybody can hear it. Now it becomes my problem every time I hear that. And I know I used to have my notifications on more than just the regular vibrate, and well, they could get annoying if they came in things. So I put myself on vibrate because, well, between Discord, Facebook, email, and several other apps, I'm always getting notifications. My phone is constantly going bzz, bzz. That's annoying to me at the very least, but at least it's not annoying anybody else. Now, here's something else to think about is the loss of eye contact when people are talking with each other. Now, I have two minds of this, but as someone who is neurospicy here, I don't make a lot of. I mean, I do make eye contact when I walk. My back is straight, my head is up, and I'm looking forward. Now, this could make me look intimidating because I am looking people in the eye as I'm walking through, but I'm not like staring them down. That would really be rude and mean. But what I'm doing is making sure I know where I'm going, and I want to have proper posture doing it. Don't get me started on posture. Yeesh. That'll be a shorter video, but we'll talk about that later. But it's that lack of eye contact when you're having a conversation with somebody and they are looking everywhere but you. I mean, at least when I'm having a conversation with somebody, I will look at them from time to time. I won't lock eyes with them necessarily, but I want to let them know I'm paying attention to them while still being aware of my own surroundings. So, I need to be aware of people around me. I don't walk with my head down. I don't text while I walk. If I need to send a text, I will go off, lean against a wall, out of people's way, and I will send a text. Not that important. So, like I said, everybody's like this with their phones all the time. Especially the younger generations. The older generations can get cooked into it. Doom scrolling has become a thing. You go over to someone's house to hang out. What are you doing? You're sitting on the couch with on your phone. Nobody's talking. It's like, come on, guys, we're here to hang out. And I try to stay off my device, but it's addicting. It really is. And for me, it's also what keeps my attention span because, I do have ADHD. My mind needs constant stimulation to keep the synapses firing. So even though I might not be paying it, you might think I'm not paying attention. I really, really am. So I think, in my perspective here, I think that people have really lost the art of the manners. We want to ask ourselves, why do these simple mannerisms, please, thank you, excuse me, I mean, I think there's a misconception that those things make you look weak. Well, they don't. They make you look polite. Politeness isn't weakness. So why does this matter? Well, because manners are the grease that keeps the social machine running smoothly. Good manners aren't about adhering to some outdated, stuffy rule book. They are simply an external manifestation, wow, I can't talk today, of internal empathy. Every please, every held door, every sincere thank you. It's a tiny free gesture that acknowledges that I see you. Your time matters. You are valued. And if we all commit to giving away just one extra dose of courtesy every day, one small kindness, not because we have to, but because we choose to, we can instantly make our corner of the world a little less abrasive and a lot more human. So, in closing with that, I always want to make sure that people are being kind to each other, being kind to the environment, being kind to animals, being kind to themselves, and truly, truly trying to make the days brighter for other people. We don't know what battles other people are fighting, and we shouldn't honestly be that much of a problem to them. So go out, show some kindness, be sincere about it, and let's make the world a little bit better. I don't know. That's my perspective on things. I could be totally wrong. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this video so I know your feedback on things, what you like my perspective on next, and if you have any questions, comments, or other things about how these videos are working. Thank you very much. You have a great day.